Hello and welcome back to Sailing Whitehawk. Last episode we had made it to Ellie Beach, ready to cruise the Whitsundays for a while. Trev and I have been to the Whitsundays on a few previous occasions, so this trip we wanted to try places we hadn't been and revisit some we had. As we continue to steadily make our way out of cyclone range, we also stayed at some of the southern Whitsunday Islands before heading down to Mackay. After a couple of days at Bowen and Bona Bay, or not a week or so, wasn't it? Yeah, about a week north of Ellie Beach on the Whitsundays. We came down, had a night at Ellie Beach, got provisioned up, watered up, and now we're heading over to Whitsunday proper, which is out there, Whitsunday Island, and we're going to go to Sawmill Bay, which looks lovely, less crowded, and see what awaits us there. Okay, so Daydream Island is the island just in the front there, where that ferry is just going by. One of the few remaining operating islands, really. Although there are a few in the Whitsundays. Behind that is South Mole, and then over to the left North Mole, and we're just going to go through that passage in between the two, where that yacht's going. And that takes us to the Whitsunday Passage, which can be an interesting stretch of water on a windy day, but not today. Beautiful. Jet ski tours happening over there. Just stunning place. Okay, so there's South Mole and the resort. No longer operating, like many of the islands in Whitsundays, as I said. And this is where Mario and Trevor met. You can obviously moor there. We have done that before with Mario and Sue. A few bullets come down through the mountain there, and that's Mount Ski on Cop. Yeah, Mount Ski on Cop. So we arrived at stunningly beautiful Sawmill Bay in the afternoon, and as luck would have it, we were practically the only ones there. It was so beautiful, and we couldn't believe how lucky we were with the weather. Unfortunately, that was soon to change, and we knew that. We deliberately picked this bay for its protection because there was a storm passing through. So a lot of the time we spent there, it was quite rainy and stormy, but it was still beautiful, and we had the opportunity to go exploring, so it was just a lovely stop. We're just doing a bit of an explore this morning. There's the shark warning buoy, and coming around the back of where we're anchored is this beautiful little beach. It is quite rocky, Trev. See there?
Yep. Yeah, we might wait to do this at a higher tide though.
Yeah, high tide might be.
Just for safety.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
Looks nice snorkeling.
It does look like nice. Pity there's sharks about. Apart from the stunning scenery and sunsets that we got at Sawmill Bay, the night times were just as lovely. All the boats in the bay had their lights on, and there were lots when a couple of days after we got there because of that storm that came through, and it just looked like there was a resort or something on Sid Island, but there wasn't, and there isn't. But it was just looking out over the bay, all you could see was all the lights, and it was so pretty, and just made it a very special place. In amongst the bad weather, we were able to go exploring, and just further up from Sawmill Bay there was Dugong Bay, so named apparently for all the dugongs, which we didn't see, unfortunately. It was about an hour's walk there and back. Again, just stunning scenery. There's not much more you can say, and it was a lovely little walk, stretch legs, get off the boat, and just enjoy some beautiful Whitsundays. Come around from Sawmill Bay up the southern side of Whitsunday Island, and now we're going around the top in between Teague Island over there and Whitsunday Island over there. And we've had a bit of a washing machine ride. It's been wind against tide. It hasn't been nasty, it's just been rolly a bit, hasn't it? And we're going to drop into Whitsunday, was it Whitehaven? See how it looks. Might have a cup of tea and a bicky there, and then we're going to head up to Hazelwood Island, where there's supposedly a nice little, which is just ahead of us, if you can see the beach up there, where there is supposedly a very nice little bay that we're going to tuck into for a couple of days, maybe. Anywho, we're on our way to Whitehaven. Just rounding the corner into Whitehaven, and the jewel of the Whitsundays crown, really. 5 kilometres of silica white sand. Just a stunning place. You know, we've been here before, but it's just beautiful. Can't really knock it in any way, shape or form. There'll be lots of boats there once, there they are, just coming into view, all the tourist boats. But hey, what a day to see Whitehaven. It's a little bit windy, but nothing to worry about. And looking forward to having a good look. We might anchor and have a cup of tea. Little eddies and tide against wind and current and whatever you want here. You might go for a bit of a spin. See how wide he handles it. Like a pro. Wow, lots of boats. Just to the right down there is Tongue Bay. We stayed there. It's a mooring bay. You get a really great view from the top of that little island down there, back down to Whitsunday and all the passages along the way. But it's looking beautiful. So I've just anchored at Whitehaven, and there's a procession of princess motor yachts coming in, and there must be a big promotional thing happening at the beach there. I think we've parked right where they want to be, so we'll see if we have to move in a minute. So we decided to take a quick land at Whitehaven. Holly's having a bit of a rough ride there, but it's so beautiful. Colour is amazing. Sand, as everyone knows, is like silica. It squeaks when you walk. Lots of people here. Very popular place. But all the princess yachts came in, so we did move. Going past beautiful Pentecost Island. So Pentecost is on the way to Shore Island. That's where we're staying tonight. So we had a night at Hazelwood, at Windy Bay, which wasn't named after the wind, but it was a bit rolly. But still a lovely night, and going to come alongside Lindeman Island, have a look at Lindeman, and then down to shore.
burning point on Shore Island. Yeah. White Hawk Anchor just around the corner there. Beautiful little beach, but you can only get to it at high tide, which is coming up in about an hour.
We saw lots of turtles on our travels, and in some places they were popping up all the time, especially here at shore, but when you see them you don't often have your camera ready or your GoPro, so we were lucky to catch this little guy, and he and his mates hung around us quite a lot at Shore Island. It was lovely to see. Of course, it wouldn't be sailing Whitehawk if there were no sunsets, and Shore Island had those in spades. Our trip to the Whitsundays was short, but we still had a lot to see on the way south and a few miles to cover. Nevertheless, there was always time to relax on the front deck with some nibbles and drinks and celebrate the day. Next episode we head to Brampton Island, Mackay and Middle Percy Island, which had been on my bucket list for some time. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.